Hello, everyone. My name is Stefanie Julia. I'm a business coach for coaches who want to grow sustainably. Who here hasn't launched yet? Drop a one in the comments. I want to know who is here in attendance with me. Who here hasn't launched yet? Drop a one. If you've launched, but you want to grow, consistently a little bit more stress free, and you want to start scaling your business, drop a two in the chat. Who's here killing it? And you're just here trying to be nosy. I'm just kidding. You want to soak up more strategies that you can implement. Drop a three in the comments. So a one if you haven't launched yet, a two if you've launched but you want to grow more sustainably, or three, you're here killing it, like you're killing it in your business, but you're just here to soak up some more strategies so that you can grow even more. Okay. I love that we have a good range of folks up in here. Just to introduce myself again, my name is Stefanie Julia. I've helped over 100 online coaches profit from their passion and their purpose through building and automating client attraction systems. What is client attraction? I get asked this a lot, mainly because I made up the term client attraction, but it's exactly what it sounds like. So when someone new comes into your energy and they want to become a client, or they go through the process in which they become a client, that's your client attraction system. So some folks use social media, some do in-person events, some are referrals, whatever. If you have ever received a client into your business, then you have a client attraction system. Now, before I get into the 4 steps to attract clients on autopilot, I'm talking about while you travel, while you're asleep, or while you're, shopping at the grocery store, what have you. I want to share with you how I created the client attraction system inside of my business, and then went ahead and scaled it using automation. So I want to actually share with you my screen here as I go through the story. So when I first became an online coach, I was a fitness coach. I'm still a fitness coach to this day, but that's how I got started in the fitness industry. And like most folks, when you first get started, I gave away a lot of my value for free. It took me a very long time to realize what I was doing was so valuable that folks will pay me top dollar for that transformation. When I figured it out, well, first, before I even figured out, let me tell you how I have a sister who owns her own business, and she does very well. At this time, when I asked her, she was doing multiple, she was running a multi-million dollar business in Atlanta for executive protection services. And I hit her up. Her name's Jameen, and I was like, Jameen, what do I do? Like, I want to monetize Inner Phoenix Fitness in a way that not necessarily takes care of me. Like, I just wanted to have a profit. I was running challenges, doing all these different programs and giving away a lot of the money through challenge prizes, or just like trying to get them engaged, spending money on different services and software. So I wasn't making a profit, like, at all. Matter of fact, it probably was bleeding money. And you know what she told me in response? She was like, Stephanie, just do it. And I was like, okay. So I'm not gonna do that to y'all today. I'm actually gonna give y'all some strategies that you can bite on. But when she told me that, one thing it did tell me, I was like, okay, it might not be as hard as I think it is, but I still have no idea what to do. But eventually I figured it out. I figured out how to monetize my value with online coaching programs where I charge for a program. Now, when I did this, I created the online fitness coaching program called Catch Flights and Fitness. And in my very first launch, I made $15,000. Okay. Business was going great. It was booming. We had an amazing community. Folks were coming back for more over and over again. And they really loved what we were doing. I did so well in catch flights and fitness that the business coaching program that I was a part of actually asked me to become a coach. So I led their sales and client fulfillment sessions, and coached their clients on how to get more sales, get more clients, and how to have a really dope client experience. Because why your program isn't going to do very well if it's not transformative. Now you heard all of this, and I bet you're probably like, Steph, that's cool, but like, what were you doing? I was doing a lot. Okay. I was still working my 9 to 5. I actually don't even call it a 9 to 5. It was a 24/7. I was a special agent for Homeland Security investigations. They gave us a take-home car, a take-home laptop, and a take-home phone. They made sure we were accessible at all hours, even on the weekends. So I had that going on. I traveled every month. Still to this day, I have traveled every month for the past 7 years, with the exception of 2 months. And one of those months was only because I had a baby. I was working as a business coach in that mastermind I just mentioned. I was also their lead sales team member. So I did their sales calls. And I actually I was a setter too. So I booked the sales calls as well. And I was still running Catch Flights and Fitness as a fitness coach. I was running their sales team. I was for Catch Flights and Fitness, I was doing it all, right? Like, as a typical new CEO, you wear all the hats, right? So marketing, sales team, fitness coach, all of that. And I definitely still maintain my social life, because I like I said, I didn't want to lose my cool on these hoes, okay? But I want to share with you like how I was able to do this. But before I realized I needed to do something about my lifestyle, I didn't want to come back off my life. Like, I didn't want to pull back. Some people are like, well, I'm going to sacrifice going out, or I'm going to pull back from my 9 to 5 a bit. I didn't want to do that because I really enjoyed my career. I did it very well, and I didn't want to pull back. But when I ended up getting like really burnt out from my career and from my business, and I decided to go on a sabbatical from my job. Shortly after going on a sabbatical, I found out I was pregnant, and it was a shocker. Um, but I, rallied and hopped to it. This was about the time when I created the automated client attraction system, to solve a problem of my burnout, and knowing that I was going to have to do something to keep my business going while I had a baby. However, that pregnancy ended early. I had a late term miscarriage. At 17 weeks, I ended up going into labor early. And I decided at that point it was time to take a bigger step back, not just from my career, but from my business too. Now, at this time, I was starting to transition out of my career. I am now a full time entrepreneur. But at this time, I really wanted my business to grow, but I didn't want to spend so much time inside of my business. I wanted to take that step back and really start moving into that CEO role. However, I didn't want to sacrifice the growth in order to even to scale even just a portion of my business. So, like I mentioned before, around the time when I found out I was pregnant, I had started working on automation, knew that there was like a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I needed to do something in order to continue to grow. So thankfully, I was prepared. I had automation and teams set up so that when that tragic event did happen, I was able to take a step back and really like deal with, my life, my personal life, and give it the attention that it needed. If anybody else in here that's just like when life starts life in, your business sometimes is the first thing to be dropped. I know that. I was very aware of it and I didn't want that to happen. So, like I said, I had created the automated client attraction system. And shortly after implementing that automated client attraction system, I made 15K again. Now, this time, I was still working the full time job. I was still working in those two businesses, Catch Flights and Fitness and the Business Coaching Mastermind. I was still traveling every month. But this time I did no organic marketing. So I didn't have to get inside and like touch my business all the time. I did this again while I was business coaching for my own program, and I utilized this same system, and I made 40K in a month. Okay, so this isn't just industry specific to fitness. Nah, sis, like cut that out. No, you can use this across industries. This is even more special for service providers. Okay, so I'm glad I wanted to share that story with you, so that you can really understand like where this comes from and also the importance behind it. But more importantly, I really want to share this with you because I am super passionate about helping folks, not just automating so that you can travel more freely or so that you can bring in clients while you sleep. Awesome. But the real reason, the real like passion and my purpose behind this is because life is going life whether you want it to or not. Things are going to pop up, but true success as an entrepreneur is when you are tested with life and you don't skip a step. You might stumble, but you catch yourself, one of those. So having automated client attraction systems inside of your business will definitely help you recover from when that trip. You're not tripping and falling flat on your face. No, you trip on you catching yourself because you got your automation already set up, right? So that preparation ahead of time is key. So I want to share with you the grow formula. You got a little sneak peek of it just a second ago. The grow formula here. It is my 4 steps to attracting clients on autopilot, while you travel, while you sleep, while you grocery shop, and most importantly, when you're working on your clients. That's why we got into this, is so that we can really provide that transformation. But it's very hard to do so if you're spending all your time marketing and selling and marketing and selling. Where is the time for your clients? So let's get into it. Okay. So first up, we got G, get clear on your right fit audience. This is, so I'm gonna leave this up for a second so that you can take notes. This is the part where I would love for you to be jotting stuff down. So get clear on your right fit audience. Think about, one person you want to work with. So when I created Catch Flights and Fitness, I was thinking about my past self, not like 20 years prior, nothing like that. I was really thinking like 2 years prior to me creating that program. I was an avid traveler. I had gained a lot of weight because I was traveling a lot for work. I was also traveling a lot for fun too, going to resorts, going overseas, all that kind of stuff. And I was working out. I was working out consistently, but I wasn't working out with a plan. I wasn't accommodating that plan with my trips. I would fall off when I travel and then got back on it when I got back home. It wasn't consistent. It wasn't like a clear plan that flowed, especially my eating, right? So what I did, I went and created a program for that version of Stefanie. And because I used to say, I was like, I would pay $5,000 for this program back then. If someone showed me my before and after picture, I would have dropped this real quick, real quick. And some of y'all probably feel that way too. Be like, what is the transformation you wish you had, right? So think of your past self when you think of like that one person. I know we want to help the world, but for the sake of creating your client attraction system, we're not saying that you're isolating everybody else, but for the sake of creating your system, you really want to get clear on that one person. If I try to create a program for a bunch of different travelers, all these different like travelers in general, I would have been overwhelmed in the creation of my program, and it might have never came out. I might have got too busy at work, or didn't spend enough time making it dope, and I probably wouldn't have been as excited when I talked about it. Okay. Another idea, I just got to throw this one out there because I do this a lot nowadays, is creating a client muse. So this is basically an avatar. It's someone that may or may not exist, right? That you are inspired, your program is inspired by. Okay. Now, the point of all of this, okay, it's not to just have this sheet of paper with all these descriptors all over it that you never look at it again. It's to create a hub. So once I had my past self, the version of my past self that I wanted to work with, I created a community that housed that created like me. And I went out and I attracted people that were just like me back then, by being so excited, talking about what I did and all that kind of stuff. So Catch Fights and Fitness had a community where people could like come around and learn more about what I was doing, learn more about me, learn about like the program itself. And it made it super easy for when I was launching to find all of my ideal clients, right? I have to tell you about a story. One of my clients, we call her she calls herself the hormone hacker. She took her expertise, right? So she was very skilled, had high level training in hormone imbalances that affect weight loss. And she took that and created a community for women who deal with those hormone imbalances, right? And attracted them through that community. Or I had another client who we were on a call, just brainstorm. She was like, I don't resonate with the past self. I don't have my past self didn't struggle with weight loss. There's another fitness coach. I was like, well, you don't have to, you don't have to use yourself as an inspiration for who you want to attract. It's just an option. Like who do you want to work with? And she described a past client, and she described basically her client muse. And something that she saw a pattern in different clients was that they were perfectionists. And then, which was really dope, was when she noticed that her client muse was a perfectionist, she then saw herself as this perfectionist back then who wouldn't break out of her old mold in order to transform into this new improved version of herself. So it was pretty cool to see, like, oh, so your past self is still your avatar, but not saying that you have to. It's just a way of thinking about it. You want to get creative. But I thought that was kind of cool how it ended up being that way. If you want, guys, I won't continue to harp on this, but take like a few minutes, consider who you want to be in your community, and then create a dope community name that would literally stop the scroll, right? Like if you were traveling and you saw Catch Fights and Fitness, you would stop real quick, right? Like you would be like, oh my gosh, what is this? I want to learn more. And feel free to drop your ideas in the comments. When I'm done here, I'll hop in, give you some feedback, okay? All right, but let's keep it moving. So next up, we got reach your target market with automation. Now, I know you're like, yes, this is what I want to learn more about. Automation is a great tool to have, but what's the purpose? So now we have this hub, we have this community, and the whole purpose of attracting clients, or the only way to attract the clients on Autopilot, you got to have a mechanism in which the people are coming into your community, right? So how are they coming into your community without you constantly being in the DMs or other people's groups and stuff like that and inviting them all the time? So what you're going to do is put a firewall in front of the community or the excitement. Like, you're inside your community, y'all having fun, y'all doing challenges, y'all doing events, y'all, you're sharing some goods and all that stuff. And then you got people on the outside like, what's going on over here? What they doing? I want to be a part. And as soon as they try to come into the excitement, boom, firewall. Okay. An example of a firewall can just be like a lead magnet, or like a opt-in page for a community. Like, it could be your lead magnet, could be your community. The opt-in page would be, they have to opt in into the community, but they have to give you something first, right? So I'll give you an example. So if you go to thevipcoaches.com/FB, thevipcoaches.com/FB, like Facebook, there is basically this, there's a very detailed training on automating your client attraction system, but that's my firewall for my community, right? And when you opt in, you're going to get the training, but then you also get into the community. So think about all that time that you spend hunting down your ideal clients, and how much time you'd get back if there was a process in which they got in to your community through an opt-in page, like that energy, that where they put where you're pushing people into that opt-in page for your community, for your training, what have you, whatever you're using. Now, there are so many different ways to do this. With Catch Flights and Fitness, I got really good using paid advertising, but that's not the only way. You could have teams, software. There's so many different ways. It truly depends on your business, your lifestyle, and how much time, money, and energy you want to put into the front end of the automation to get it started, right? Because it's a snowball. We got to have something to get it moving. All right, next up. So that was reach your target market with automation. Next, we're going to obtain sales calls from those in your network. What does this mean? So let's think about it. People are coming in to your community on Autopilot, right? Now, that is a great automated lead acquisition, right? You got a ton of leads, but how do I make them into clients, right? I'm trying to tell you, you need an automated client attraction system, not an automated lead attraction system, okay? So the automated client attraction system is you need to book those sales calls, right? So we got obtain sales calls from those in your network, and the way that we're going to do this is by getting in the DMs. Now, I know you're like, oh my gosh, Steph, but I thought we were saving time. I got you. Okay, no stress. So there's a DM flow that I use that takes folks from just finding out about me, just coming into the community, and 15 minutes later, they're booking their sales call. This is very simple. It doesn't take too much work, and you could be doing this while you're sitting on the toilet, okay? You could be booking calls right now while you're listening to me. Please don't. But it is it is possible. And if you're like, but Steph, how do I do it? I hope you know how much I love y'all because I'm going to give you the exact DM flow that I use to book sales calls when people come into my community within 15 minutes. So go to thevipcoaches.com/FB. Remember the firewall? Yeah. So and you can get the DM flow on it's underneath the training. So you're going to really speed up the amount of time that you are spending um, finding your ideal clients with the automated lead acquisition because they're going to come into your energy on autopilot. Then they're going to hit that firewall, and you'll get their information. This is really crucial so that you can also follow up with them. And then also get higher quality leads, right? Like if it's just open and people are just coming in, they might not be a high quality lead. Next, you're going to obtain sales calls from those in your network. I just described that. And really, in this one, I was able to take folks into Catch Flights and Fitness fairly quickly because I got to know them, right? Like, yeah, I'm big on automation, but I'm also very big on being authentic. And very rarely do you see coaches these days being truly authentic in social media and having conversations with people. And a lot of times we think, oh, if I have a conversation, that's going to take so much time, energy, like it's too much. No, and first off, sorry if you don't actually want to get to know your clients, your potential clients, then this might not be for you. Like, online coaching might not be for you, but getting to know them and understand their problems, their challenges, what their goals are, not only is it going to help you convert that potential client, but also it's going to help you speak to them on the front end in your automation more clearly, right? It's a whole. We're gonna repurpose this stuff over and over again. So make sure you're getting in there. It doesn't have to be super drawn out, days long conversations. No, we ain't doing all that. We are busy. We ain't got time. But having a conversation before they get on the sales call will allow you to book that call so much faster. All right. So next up, I hope you got that link, the vipcoaches.com/FB, so you can get that DM flow. We're going to welcome in sales on repeat. So let me know if you've understood there's a problem here, right? So we're getting all these leads that come into our energy, into our community. And then we're getting on all these sales calls, right? And the automation's still going. And we're getting on all these sales calls, right? Well, on top of maybe coaching calls that we have. So, how in the world are we supposed to be on all of these calls all day, every day? I thought it was, freedom of time. So that's what I noticed, especially when I had to take a step back from my business. I had to uh, do something about all those sales calls. It was a great problem to have, but I didn't want to continuously be on calls all day. So what I did and what I encourage my clients to do is host a group sales call. So what I did was gather all my prospective clients around, put them on a call together, and had a conversation with them about what I do, about my program, and just invited them to join. And a lot of people would join, maybe not all of them, but I only spent an hour with like 20, 40, 50 people who then converted a portion of them converted into my program. So that's something that you would do when you have too many leads, too many sales calls. It's a way to shorten things and automate even more, automate your sales now. Okay. So again, great problem to have. But now I know your mind is probably like blown, like, oh my gosh, this sounds dope. I want to do this too. So listen, all of this is possible. I didn't even when I first launched, one of my pet peeves with my business coaching program that I was in is that they taught us how to launch, but they didn't tell us how to launch sustainably, right? Like you have this launch energy and you just have to, throw out that high energy, try to get a bunch of clients in, and then you're coaching your clients and you're coaching your clients. You got on these coaching calls and you're supposed to add on sales calls and keep that launch energy going. The same thing. No, we gotta launch sustainably, right? We got to scale sustainably. We got to grow sustainably. And that's how we're going to do it with the automated client attraction system. And what I just described to you, I'll do a little recap for you with the growth formula. And it's getting clear on your right fit audience, reaching your target market with automation, obtaining sales calls from those in your network, and then welcoming sales on repeat. That means getting on those group sales calls and bringing people into your program in a shortened amount of time. So let me know in the comments if you are ready to print your money on repeat, right? You're like, yo, I want to print my own money. I'm an entrepreneur. That's what we do. Drop a one in the chat or I keep saying the chat, but drop a one in the comments if you want to print your money on repeat. Yeah. All right. Like I want to show you how I did that as well. Back when I created the automated client attraction system, that first month I printed my own money. I made that 15K that first time I launched it. My girl Anna, my client, did the same thing. She welcomed in 13 new clients, still had 5 more calls to go after she did she completed the automated client attraction and sales system. Phyllis, she went from 3K a month to 10K a month by implementing this system. And my girl Quee also went from 3K a month to 9K a month within 2 months of implementing this system. So it's so possible for you. I actually want you to remember one thing. If there's anything when you take away from this conversation, is that, preparing for life events is key to continued success as an entrepreneur. So if you want to automate your client attraction system, I want to extend to you an invitation to join me in the VIP coaches room. The VIP coaches room is an all-inclusive membership community for folks who want to automate their marketing, automate their sales, and create that client attraction system and then put that bad boy on autopilot, okay? Let me describe it to you. So we've got courses in there so that you have all the education you need to grow sustainably, live coaching and Q&A sessions by yours truly and the expert coaches that taught me. So not only are you going to get me as your personal guru, but also my content coach that I used when I first created Catch Flights and Fitness, as well as a very well knowledge ads coach, and then we have a tech coach for those who aren't all that techie, right? It's okay, we got you. You're gonna walk away with a fully automated client attraction and sales system. I am a big believer in roadmaps, so that when you come into the community, if you are in a specific place, you're trying to follow a specific blueprint, you have a customized roadmap for you inside of your business. I have so many worksheets and templates that I use to create, market, and automate my marketing and sales in both of my businesses, both the fitness and business coaching program, so that you have all that you need across industries. The courses that these are 3 of the courses that I like to showcase because they're pretty robust. So the first one is a high ticket coaching program launch. where we use a paid challenge in a community to get your genius out there. The automated client attraction system accelerator, it takes you through those 4 steps to automate your marketing strategy and attract your clients daily on autopilot. It includes an ads course so that you can create a simple ad so that you can bring clients through the door using paid advertising on repeat for only $5 a day, right? It doesn't have to be crazy expensive. Automate your sales live. This is a full day virtual intensive for coaches who want to sell their introductory offers to a larger audience on a webinar. This is the group sales call if you didn't catch it before. We have weekly coaching sessions from tech support, content audits, DM conversation audits, ad audits, and that throw out your mind trash class. Listen, you can have all the strategies in the world, but if your mind isn't in the belief, isn't on that high vibration that's going to be needed in order to see through to your success, you might as well let it all go. Okay. Like I said, all the templates and scripts that you could ever imagine, I give it to you freely. If I ever have it, you got it. Okay. The value of this program is over $12,000, but I got something for you. Okay. For you guys, it's only going to be $97 a month to enter into the VIP coaches room, all inclusive membership community. You get all of that education, support, and strategy in order to attract clients on autopilot. So head on over to alwaysavip.com/VIP coach. That's alwaysavip.com/VIP coach and hop right in. While you're doing that, I'm about to describe to you a fast action bonus that I have for you. So another quick story. So when I first launched Catch Flights and Fitness, I was paying out the wazoo for software. I spent over $900 a month on software. If you can see this little chart here, let me make it bigger for you guys. Oh, how about I make it bigger in a way my face isn't there? You see, I had ClickFunnels, that was $97 a month. I had MailChimp, that was $111 a month. I had Wix for my website. I don't even remember how much I spent on that. I had Kajabi for my courses. I had Calendly. I had simple texting for text marketing. I had all of these different things that I was paying for. And then I had Zapier to make it all connect. Right. And then I found what I did was create a CRM called the Coach Resort. That allowed me to take all of these products and these software into one place. So I was able to combine everything. So now I have my email automation, I have my landing page, my funnels, I have my courses, my community. I have my booking appointments like Calendly, my calendar, my website, all in one place. And I went down from paying $900 a month, and now I offer my software for only $97 a month because I don't want to see someone not be able to automate their business, their systems, because these softwares are so expensive. So I'm really happy to be able to present to you the Coach Resort, my all-in-one CRM. And when you join the Coach Resort, you actually get all of the funnel systems and email automation that I provide to my business coaching clients. All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, spending this energy with me. Please, I really hope that I see you inside of the VIP coaches room. You can head over to alwaysavip.com/VIP coach and join us over there. We're going to be killing it. But if you have any questions at all, whether it's about the automated client attraction system, everything that I discussed today, or questions for me, just drop them in the comments here. And as soon as I log off here, I'll be in there right there with you. But enjoy the rest of your time. Thank you so much, and have an amazing rest of your weekend.